What's up, America? How are you guys doing out there? It's Wednesday. It's 5 o'clock. It is time for After Hours, brought to you by recteq, powered by Kingsford. We have a very special After Hours for you. It is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and it's the culmination of Thanksgiving week.
Climax!
So we're going to be answering all your questions, and we have an awesome recipe. So without any further ado, let me switch it over to my two good friends, your master chef, Greg Muller, and your barbecue dad, Jody Flanagan.
Recteq lifestyle, do do do, do do do, do do do. Recteq lifestyle, do do do. Do, 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 recteq lifestyle.
That's right. Open up a cold one. Sit back and relax. Get your notepad. Get your questions.
Sharpen that pencil.
Ready. Because we're about to pump you slap full of thanksgrilling information.
I thought you were talking about brine and injections.
We're going to shove it right all up in your big fat brains. That's right.
Turkey
big, fat
legs and thighs.
What? To what?
You're going to pump it in the turkey legs,
Oh,
thighs,
that's
and
right,
breasts, you know.
that's right.
Thanksgiving, a turkey.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for being out there once again. It is Wednesday. It's 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. Everybody's leaving. Well, most folks are leaving.
Not us.
Right now. Not us.
That's right.
Not our fantastic sales and customer service team.
Nope. Burning
Not
midnight
retail.
oil. Nope. Media team's probably
Can't
gone.
stop, won't stop.
Media team's probably gone. Shipping's probably gone. You know.
They're still loading trucks.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But this is After Hours. That's where we cook a meal from start to finish, beginning to end, front to back, left to right, for you, the viewer, the consumer.
Our recteq family.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you guys so much. Smash that share button. Give us a like. Give us a love. Make sure you show the entire world this video because we are answering all of your turkey questions. We got a lot already loaded up. We're going to rely on you to ask a lot of questions. Again, it behooves you to be part of all of the recteq social media, especially Facebook groups.
I know that's right.
Because we actually pinned a post in all of those groups, and we've been answering your questions as they come up. But we really do appreciate each and every one of you for asking all of those good questions.
But before we get started, go ahead and smash that share button and tag a buddy down below because we will answer all of your Thanksgiving questions. Even if you're not a part of the recteq family, but you're like on the fence.
That's right.
Let us know
Doesn't matter.
because we want you to have a good Thanksgiving.
Doesn't matter if you're viewing, we're loving on you. Shoot you.
Shoot, yeah.
All right.
Chef
What are we
John's
doing
got
today,
a question
Greg?
over there.
He does?
I don't know, but the hand was going like this.
Kinda. It was not really a question. We just got, we only got 200 people watching right now, just right off the rip,
Only?
just so you guys know.
Oh,
and
man.
they are eager in this.
Goodness.
They are all saying happy Thanksgrilling, happy Thanksgiving to you guys. And they're tuning in from all over the place.
So right now, your turkeys should be brining.
Yep.
That's right. If your turkey is not in a brine, you need
That is
to get
correct.
it in a brine because that will give you super moist, consistent turkey
Absolutely.
every year.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Now, you're not completely behind the 8 ball.
No, you got
know,
time.
You've got time.
You got time.
You should at least be thawing.
Oh no, it should be thawed. Now, if your turkey is frozen, go ahead and stand it up. Run some cold water under it. That way, it'll start to thaw out. Get it
without a
out of the
doubt.
package.
Without
Okay?
a doubt.
Because if not, you're going to run the risk of not having a thawed turkey.
Now, most, Greg, we've learned through the past couple of weeks that most turkeys that we buy at the store, they've already got a little brine. They've already got a little solution in them already,
So
right?
They do. They have a solution. It
Oh.
could be, 3% up to about 7 to 8% is about normal, but that's not flavor. That's really just liquid. So when we brine it, we've got a higher salinity and flavor in that liquid. And you talked about osmosis the other day. What happens is water wants to be the same.
Correct.
Like its
Across the
pH and
board.
its alkalinity wants to be the same.
Absolutely.
So if your brine is super concentrated, okay, and your turkey is not, it's going to kind of wash itself so that it's going to be even and consistent. But instead of just moving moisture, you're going to get flavor in there,
Right,
salt in
'cause the
there.
salt,
That's
the
what
sugar.
you want. That's
Yep,
good stuff.
absolutely.
Chef John's got another good one.
Jeffrey Taylor asks, what about between brine and injecting? What's the differences there? Should you do both, one or the other?
You can do
Very
one or
good
the other.
question.
Typically with birds, I'm a fan of brining because I think it's more consistent. Whereas
Consistency.
injecting, you're going to put pockets of flavor in there, and some things you have to inject. Like if you do a Creole butter, you can't brine that because when you put that in the cold bird, it's just going to like congeal on the outside. But you can definitely inject. You want to be very careful because again, injections are super concentrated.
Yes.
Right. So when you're going to inject, maybe use a less concentrated brine or do one or the other. For me, I want to taste that turkey. I got that
Absolutely.
honeysuckle white ready to go.
Now, one of my favorite things to do, Chef Greg, is to actually, go to my favorite wing joint, get my favorite wing sauce, and actually inject that strategically
good.
into my bird, especially in the breast.
Is that the Daytona wing?
No, that's the Wild West. Shout out Wild Wing Cafe, the Wild West. It's like a ranch
I dig it.
butter
I dig
combination, but that's what I actually like to inject. And again, when you slice it, you can actually see those pockets where you hit it, so it actually visually looks good as well.
I got to try that.
But yeah, I mean, you can do hot sauce. You know, you can do anything. And again, it's it's just going to help flavor it just a little bit.
Shoot, yeah.
Very inconsistently, unless you're strategic about it. But definitely flavorful for sure.
We got the gobbledygoo eyes coming out over
I mean,
here.
Boss
you-
Man
did you just
Ben,
see that?
Shannon just came out of here.
Everybody is
Everybody's-
giving John the gobbledygoo tonight. Chef
Hey,
John,
you
what
know
did
why?
you do?
You know why, guys? Because y'all don't care.
Because he looks like
Because
crap
I'm
from
gonna be
that
alone
bear
for
attack.
Thanksgiving.
time out,
and
time
y'all
out.
were all
Time
not
out.
worried about it.
Oh,
remember
dude, no,
remember
that's
how
dirty.
it was? Y'all weren't worried
That's
about
dirty. John, you got the invite at, I know,
it. I did.
2 houses.
I did. Actually, Chef Greg, you stepped up and you totally invited me to your house for Thanksgiving.
Trying to throw
you
some
know,
shade.
We haven't left yet. I always send out a Slack message every year before I leave,
Yep.
before we leave to Thanksgiving. I give everybody my address. And if anybody's uncomfortable and they, they're alone, aka Chef John, they can come over and hang out. But John,
Or if you happen to be from
I'm
Iceland, just
sure-
reach out to Chef
Hey,
John.
for
Guys,
sure. If you're from
hey,
Iceland,
if
reach
you
out.
want to hang out with Chef John on Thanksgiving Day, make sure you follow him on all social media.
Yeah.
Shoot him a nice little message tomorrow.
Yeah.
He will give you his address, and you can come and hang out with
Maybe,
him on
maybe.
Thanksgiving.
He's got that fire pit outside.
I do have
He's
that
going to put
fire
his
pit.
feet up.
and he's got every grill that recteq makes.
He does, in fact.
No,
Absolutely.
wait, hold
He's
on.
got
not
a big
every,
deck.
No,
He's
wait,
got a
not
big deck.
every
Huge.
grill. Not every
Well, it's a
grill.
girthy deck.
It is girth. There's a lot of girth there. Hey, Kevin, our top fan, Kevin Boomer asks.
What's
Bomber.
Bomber,
What's
I'm
up,
sorry,
Kevin Bomber?
With a spatchcock turkey on the 700, what's the best
Go
way to
Cowboys.
orient it, the bird on the
It's
grill?
not going to make a big difference. I tend to go legs to the smokestack, 325. How big a bird you got there, Kevin?
20 pound?
20 pound. You're probably looking about 3.5 hours, give or take. A 14-pound bird will take right about 2 hours. But the beauty of spatchcocking, you're going to get those legs above 180 degrees, 185. They're literally going to be super, super, super tender. And it's going to protect the breast. It's going to cook a lot more evenly. And that breast meat, you want to pull about 162, and that way it can carry up and be delicious.
Now, I got 2 emails today, and I apologize, and I think, we should all apologize because we haven't been talking a lot about this. But when we
We've been
talk
talking about Thanksgiving for the
well,
last,
when we
like,
talk
3
about
weeks.
cooking a turkey, we are not talking about cooking it in a roasting pan.
No
Oh,
need.
man.
So
no,
I
we never
actually had
talk
2
about-
people reach out to me. Luckily, they did a practice run,
I like it.
and the times and temps didn't really match up. Chef Greg, can you go into a little bit of detail on why we don't use the roasting pans?
Yeah, so when you put a pan in the grill, you're going to obstruct some airflow, and you're going to disturb airflow in and around that bird. The beauty of when you cook in a recteq, you're going to have that hot convection current surrounding that poultry from all angles, top to bottom, left to right.
360 degrees.
Absolutely. So when you put a pan on there, the bottom is not going to get that airflow.
Yep.
It's just not.
No heat, no smoke.
Nope. So again, it's going to cook a little bit slower in pans.
Yep.
And now you can cook in pans. That's completely
And
fine.
the top tends to maybe burn before
It'll
the bottom.
It'll definitely
gets
caramelize
cooked.
a little faster. I don't like the word burn. Caramelize.
caramelize.
Now you can use a rack in there so
Very
that
good
you
point.
get it up out of that pan to get some good circulation over there. But
But still, you're losing a lot of air circulation.
for sure.
And we
For
do
sure.
not recommend, because it is a smoker as well as a grill, we definitely recommend embracing that smoke and
10-4.
getting the most surface area. So we always recommend cooking the birds, just on the grill by itself, not in a pan. Oh, but I want to catch the grease and stuff.
That's why you spatchcock it. You can roast that backbone. That goes into
That's
your
right.
put the neck in there as well.
You get that flavor from that.
Put that in your stock. That's what I did today. It's actually in the freezer. I got to get it out so we don't have turkey sickles.
So,
Chef John, what you got?
Mike Shadwick asked, he said he's not going to brine his turkey, but he is going to spatchcock it. Any tips on spatchcocking your turkey?
Sharp knife or poultry shears?
Yeah, shears are the best.
Yeah. And if it's, just take it easy.
Don't
Watch
overthink
your fingers.
Don't overthink it.
Mm-hmm. And you can use a combination knife and scissor action if you want.
It is just you're cutting out the backbone. Don't overthink it.
Yeah, about an inch wide. Don't go crazy with it. And if you can't get through it, you're probably too far away from the backbone.
Correct. Very
you get
good point,
that
Chef
thigh
Greg.
in there, you're going to get that one out. But I did learn from a trauma surgeon that trauma shears are better than poultry shears.
Oh. That's
So
cool.
all of our
when shears go missing,
surgical techs out there that prepare everything for the doctors, grab us a couple of those
trauma shears.
Yeah, three pairs
people
of trauma shears.
I
would love a pair of people shears.
It goes through shoes, belts, leather, jeans,
What?
and everything.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Hook a brother
Becky,
up.
that's
Hey,
what I want for Christmas.
Bobby
Trauma
Massagill asked,
Bob, what's up?
how long will it take to cook a ham that's already been smoked, and he would like the time and temp?
So with a ham, you're not really cooking it because it's already cooked.
You're reheating it.
Yes, you're retherming it, absolutely. Now, once meat has reached an internal about 130 degrees, it really can't absorb any more smoke. So in regards to heating up spiral hams or hams that have already been cooked, you're not really going to get more smoke into the meat, but you can develop some really good color, texture, and flavor onto that ham in the fashion of a glaze. And that way, Jody's got a great recipe out there for a mustard glazed ham. And I'm not a mustard guy.
Yeah.
And Jody puts that mustard on there with the brown sugar, and it is delicious. But you're not going to get smoke into the meat. You're more going to develop a nice flavor on the outside of that ham.
Yeah, if you're looking for another good glaze recipe, that smoked bourbon glaze that I got for
good stuff.
Chef's Giving 2020. You guys check that out, Chef's Giving 2020. We're raising money to benefit the first responders out west for all of the
Yeah, that's really
wildfires.
cool.
Yeah, man.
So y'all definitely check that out.
You are
I've got a
cooking with
link in
some-
my Instagram.
You are cooking with some highfalutin
Yeah,
people
you
out
really
there.
are some
So
big
there,
dogs.
there are 29 amazing chefs and then me.
No, time out.
You're an
Jody is
amazing chef.
downplaying
He
this
really
big time.
is.
Time out.
There's 30 folks.
Marcus Samuelson,
Yeah, big dog.
Andrew
The,
Zimmer.
Yan
Big dog.
Yan can't cook. I can never remember his real name.
It's really
Martin
Yan-
Yan.
Martin
Yeah,
Yan.
Martin Yan,
sorry.
big dog.
I've always looked up to him.
And
but,
your recteq grills expert,
That's
barbecue dad, Jody Flanagan.
Jody Flanagan.
Guest
why?
chef.
Why?
Because he's the
Because you
man.
cook some
Because he's
tasty
the man.
stuff.
He's the
But
man.
we're
He's the
raising money.
man.
We're raising money for the first responders out west. So if you can, check it out. There's a link in my Instagram bio. I'm also sharing stuff all week. Or you can go to the Dads That Cook group and donate as well. So check that out.
Herb butter.
Man, that is
If you
another great
haven't
tip.
already, get some butter nice and soft. Maybe you don't have any fresh herbs. That's okay.
2 sticks.
Grab you that Colden's freaking Greek. Mix that in here. Maybe you got some smoked salt, smoked garlic.
We've got some rosemary out in the garden. We still got
so
some
good.
growing.
right.
So good. Go ahead and roll it up in like a little log, and that way you can cut it into coins and shove it under the skin.
Absolutely.
And we are storing this in our Glad Flex Seal bags.
These are super.
So-
this is like these save my
I mean, like,
Thanksgiving. Not only do we do this with
Look
it,
how stretchy this is.
You
Like,
know-
it's not going to break.
but you can also pipe stuff out of it. You can also use them to store your leftovers.
Yep.
You can also, Chef Greg, one
Herb
of your tips for a better Thanksgiving is prep today.
Yes.
right.
Get it all done.
everything cut.
Get it
Get
cut.
everything ready already.
100%.
Prep it today. Label the bag. Put it in the bag. Put it in the
Iceland's
refrigerator. I know, Holly. But put it in the bag. Label it. Get ready already. Do some stuff today.
You know what we did today?
What? You pretty much almost cooked all of Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
except
pretty
for your
much.
turkey.
I got to do it again tomorrow, though.
That's right.
Cheese and
Because
crackers.
that's actually the leftovers. That's how crazy I am. We'll make leftovers. We'll make food for leftovers.
Cool. That's what I'm talking about.
I mean,
That's a
but
happy Thanksgiving.
We did have some turkey legs curing
Mm.
that we smoked off today.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. we
Because
did.
who doesn't like a good smoked leg?
Now,
I love
turkey
a good
legs,
smoked
I'm
leg.
telling you, every every like what is it, Renaissance fair
Yes.
Oh,
or
man.
festival I've ever been to, there was
Yes.
always the
Ah.
older looking gentleman and lady selling turkey legs.
Good
Smash that
Lord.
share button, guys. Give us a like, give us a love. Check
So we
these
cured
bad
these
boys out.
for like 8 days.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We smoked them. We got some of that Rasa Ruski's honey rib rub on there.
Ooh,
But
yes.
you just take like a brown paper
Oh my God.
kind of wrap it up underneath.
Cheese and crackers, y'all.
Cheese and
Smash
crackers.
that share button. Give us a like. Give us a love. Charlie, get on in here with your
Okay,
guts.
top fan Kevin Powers asks, does wet brining dilute the turkey flavor?
No, it actually, I really feel like it kind of heightens it and brings that turkeyness out. Again, and the wet brining is way more consistent. Some folks emailed me about what?
Never mind.
What, bud?
The barbecue girls.
The barbecue girls had hair somewhere?
Hair.
There was hair in the grill?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my Lord.
God.
Come on.
Can we
Not
like
only
have,
do they use a bunch of dishes,
Yeah.
and they leave
That's
a
right.
mess of the
make sure it's
grill?
whirled
Tell
a
them,
living
Sherp,
hell,
how many
but
dishes do they have?
all of their gorgeous locks are spread across all the grills.
We don't have
Gosh.
that problem.
They got beautiful hair.
No, we
And
have
it's
to
very long
sanitize it.
and flowy.
Sanitize it.
Cheese and crackers. It was
So
beautiful.
frustrating.
Beautiful hair, ladies.
So frustrating.
Gosh,
That
where
smells
were we
so good.
Man, it does smell good. I can't wait for them
But
to
like,
develop smell-o-vision.
Hotter
But
than
super
bejesus.
savory. There is so much meat on here. Becky and I, we tend to split two because each one of us gets one.
That's good.
Yeah, boy.
John, you got a good question out
Yes, Andrew asks,
there? Andrew, thank you for asking a question.
how should I place two 19-pound spatchcock turkeys on my RT700?
So you can either, I mean, they're going to be, you can put them kind of like breast to breast, leg to breast, doesn't matter. Just put them in the grill. If you put
Tail
them,
to tail.
if you put them front to back, you're probably going to have the wingtips and the leg ends kind of over that air gap. So again, you only have
Correct.
19 and 3/4 inches deep. You've got 36 inches wide, so you can turn it sideways,
Right.
and that way you'll be good to go.
Absolutely. Very good point, Chef Greg. John, it looks like you got another good question.
Yes, sir. I got a
Man,
couple.
And again, guys, if you have any turkey or Thanksgiving or holiday or dish or recipe questions, put them in the comment section down below. We're answering them all. This is our Ask Us Anything for Thanksgiving. You're going to knock your Thanksgrilling party out of the park, and we're going to help you do it. Chef John.
All right, Lucas asked, time and temp, I guess, for a 17-pound turkey
All right,
spatchcock.
so
Is there a general rule
we
for
have a
spatchcock?
general
Because there's a
rule,
lot
again,
of questions
and
about
all
this.
of this stuff was shared on our social media.
For sure.
Guys, you got to make sure you follow us. You got to make sure you check out all of the posts. Don't just follow us and not look at the posts.
Yep, you got to do that.
You got to go back and look at the posts.
But it depends, you know, how you're cooking that bird. A whole
Correct.
bird at 325 degrees is about 18 to 20 minutes a pound. If you're going to cook at 350, it's about 12 to 15 minutes a pound.
Right.
Spatchcock, different animal, it's going to cook a little bit faster.
Yep.
So if you were going to spatchcock like a 14 to 16 pound bird, figure about 2 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes or so. If you're cooking like a 20 plus pound bird, about 3.5 to 3 3/4 hours for that. I know that because I cooked a 26 pounder on Saturday, and that thing was slamming delicious.
Cool. But again, there's a general rule of thumb. Like Chef Greg said, 350 spatchcock, you're at about, what, 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes a pound. 325 spatchcocked, you're at about 10 to 12 minutes a pound, okay?
We're just going to get Charlie's
Now,
way
is
here.
that different for any of our, for the Bullseye, or is that standard for all of our grills?
So with the Bullseye, you can probably reduce your grill temp by about 25 degrees. Again, it's a more direct cooker.
Right.
It's a little bit more of a hot and fast, closer to the sides of your grill. And that's very important because, again, the closer that meat is to the sides of your grill, you can get some good radiant heat from there as well. But with that Bullseye, go ahead and knock about 25 degrees off of whatever recipe you're
Very good
following.
point, Chef Greg.
And it'll cook right about the same.
And most recipes too, you know, with the Bullseye, you can take that 25 degrees off and you're still going to be fine.
100%.
Again, I want to remind everybody about the specials going on tomorrow. Make
what
sure
now?
you sign up for the newsletter. That's right. Sign up for the newsletter at recteq.com. That is the only way for you to be able to find out first what those specials are and when they start.
Yep.
Okay?
So here's a cool trick for you. You got some dull knives in
What?
the drawer that you've never used since last Thanksgiving.
Right? Yes.
That slicer that
Yes.
Grandpa gave you in like 1972 when you got married. You never sharpened it.
Have that thing sharpened.
Yeah, do that. But in the meantime, you're not doing that Thanksgiving Day.
I know exactly what you're
Find
talking
you an
about.
old coffee cup or ceramic bowl, and right here where the glaze
Meets
when
the
this
road.
when this is in the kiln, where it rests, the glaze doesn't get.
Okay.
And it's a little abrasive. So you can actually use that
Kind of like sandpaper.
to hone your knife. So to take your knife
Whoa.
and you can kind of hone that knife a little bit, and you'll notice you get like a little darkening on there. That's your steel.
That's right. That's
On
metal, ladies and gentlemen.
So again, this is a good way that you can put a quick edge on your knife,
Crazy.
so you don't like completely.
That's a
Whatever
great
you're
tip.
doing.
Very
That's a
good
great
tip. John, you got another question.
All right,
And
this one
it's
comes-
just a
Don't
question.
use your
This one
wife's
comes from
favorite
Aaron
coffee cup.
Allen, and he asks, which is better, brine or injection or both?
Brining for sure. We've
Brining,
already
yeah.
answered this one.
But
Okay.
we can answer
For
it again.
sure.
So brining is more consistent.
Sorry.
Brining's more consistent. It'll give you a more well-rounded flavor profile, whereas
again,
injecting will give you pockets.
less consistent.
And it might not cook as evenly,
Right.
especially if you inject and
Right.
get right into the grill. If you're
But
going to
it-
inject, let it rest for a couple hours in the fridge. That way it can
That's
help
right.
disperse a little
So
bit.
it's not cold, not as cold, but again, it is fun to go to your favorite wing place. Go get you some good wing sauce and inject that wing sauce, or even that Cajun butter like Chef Greg was talking about. That
dig it.
stuff's delicious. Again, when you cut into it, it's going to be a little bit less consistent. When you're brining, osmosis is taking place.
Science.
So, you know, the water wants to penetrate the bird and actually, like, physically make the bird part of it.
Can we say
So-
that P word on TV?
Penetrate. Philanthropy. But, John, you got another good question.
Yes, they're coming in quick, guys. So, top fan
That's what she
Brian
said.
Barron says,
Smash that share button,
he
guys.
says, for the cherry-crusted prime rib, can you season it early?
It's actually cherry studded, so you're going to take
Yep.
your knife and you're going to cut incisions into that prime rib. You're going to insert very delicately frozen cherries that you
And
have
it works way
thawed.
better if you don't
Oh,
use
man.
the wild side. The wild side adds an amazing element of
so
flavor,
good.
I promise
So
you.
good.
But we lost a lot of cherries when I used it on the wild side, but that's okay, though.
You got to cut your grooves in there. a
But yeah, it
little
is
bit.
okay, absolutely, to season it early if you want to.
About
That's
6 hours. I wouldn't go more than 6 hours. You're going to start to cure the outside of that. But yeah, that's
good
a
way
good
to develop
recipe.
some good crust.
Shoot,
Dry it out. Again, the enemy of crispy skin. Pay attention, all you turkey skin folks. The enemy of a crispy skin is moisture.
That's it.
Okay, so I know a lot of you are thinking, "Oh my gosh, but I'm brining. Does that mean I'm not going to have a good crispy skin?"
No, you're going to have great crispy skin.
Absolutely. Just dry it off.
That's it.
When you get it out of the brine, you know, knock it, dry it off really, really
There's
well.
no need to rinse.
Put it
Just
back in
grab
the fridge.
Grab a towel, paper towels. Get you some herb butter. Now, if you're not going to use herb butter, that's fine. You can also get some gloves on. Get your hands underneath and create like a little
Yeah,
gap
separate
between the
the skin
meat
from
and
the
the
meat.
skin, and that way air will get in there, and you will ensure yourself delicious.
All right, I got a great
delicious
question
skin.
coming from Richard Laney. He asks, he has
Thanks,
two,
Richard.
two different turkeys. He's cooking on 2 different days. So is it okay if he reuses his brine from the first turkey on the second
Negative.
one?
No.
Okay.
Good
Never,
question, though. Thank you for
never,
asking that question. I
Never,
think we saved
never
somebody's
do
life.
that.
I think we
just
did.
then.
Never do that.
Yeah.
Again, you're going to follow a very specific recipe for your brine. Gallon of water, cup of sugar, cup of salt, and anything else you want to add. Okay? If you reuse brine, your concentration is not the same. Then you have
Correct.
old poultry juice and jupy and in there. Don't do it.
And a lot of that
Not worth it.
solution, I feel like when you brine it, a lot of that pre-solution that gets put into the bird
It
kind of
equalizes.
finds its way out
It does,
a
in
lot
fact.
more, I feel like. So that's a good thing.
I mean, what's the cost of a cup of sugar and a cup of salt? I don't know,
Not
like
much.
70
Priceless.
cents?
Not much.
I'll send you 70 cents.
Ask
All right.
your
Make
neighbor.
your brine.
Tyler Henson asks, what flavor Kingsford pellets do you recommend for your turkey?
Ooh. Well, so
Regardless of what you're cooking on, you're going to get great flavor, great color. If you want more robust, a little bit more of a spiciness, go ahead with those the Kingsford hickory pellets.
Yep.
If you want a little sweetness, you can go maple. You can also use the signature and classic blends. It kind of gives you the best of both worlds as well.
Right. But all of the Kingsford pellets, absolutely all of them, have that check mark right beside them under turkey. They all work really, really well
I
with
dig it.
turkey and poultry. All of those have those check marks. Again, we've got that graph up on all social media, so you guys can check that out. But again, all the boxes are checked.
Yeah.
It's just a personal preference. Like Chef Greg said, if you want it smoky, like me, I like a good hickory.
Shoot, yeah.
That cherry wood's really good too. It puts really nice color on it.
So what's up with this crusty dish you brought out here?
Yeah, so the crusty dish. So when you use a smoker, you know, you are going to have some discoloration. A lot of times I'll cook in the skillet and I'll pour it in a clean dish. You may not have that luxury this Thanksgiving or any holiday season. So I wanted to show you guys what Chef Greg showed me this trick.
This is Jody's trick.
Chef Greg showed us this. But you take a little bit of white vinegar, and this is distilled white vinegar. This is not white wine vinegar, right?
Yeah, use the cheap stuff.
That's
Use
right.
the cheap stuff. But get you a old rag, get some vinegar on there, and it just
Yowza.
almost
So
wipes
clean.
this bad boy
A great
clean.
way to clean mirrors in your household too. White
That's
vinegar,
true.
straight white vinegar.
That's true. Old school right
Absolutely.
And
there.
that was a crusty dish.
Yeah, it was.
All right,
Absolutely.
we got a question from Chris Carver. He asks,
up, Chris?
he usually uses a drip pan to catch the drippings to make gravy out of.
Yep.
Yeah.
How would he do that if he's not using a roasting pan on our grill?
So a lot of times, especially spatchcocking, I will take that turkey neck and that backbone. I'll roast it off, use that
Bling, bling.
to make my turkey stock. And that's going to give me all of that turkey flavor I want. Now, when you brine, just be aware your drippings will change. Your drippings will be definitely more flavorful.
Yep.
Almost borderline, I don't want to say too salty, but a little on the salty side. If you're just adamant you want to catch your drippings, you can put a wire baking rack over a pan and elevate it up. Your drippings will go in there, but you're still going to have great airflow in and around that bird.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, Chef John actually shaved his wings and his legs off.
I dang sure did.
And added it to his backbone and the lack of neck that he got with his bird.
I was a little upset about
no
that.
giblets.
Yeah, I was a little upset about that. How are you supposed to make that good stuff without the giblets?
And sometimes they'll put them in the more top neck portion of the bird, and then sometimes they'll put them in that inner cavity.
Yeah.
You just got to pay attention.
That's right.
But definitely remove it before you cook.
Inner crevice.
David Thibodeau, I hope I'm saying his name right. He said, what temp should I roast chestnuts and how long?
Very good
So
question.
we had an email about that today. We
Yep.
responded back. So chestnuts, right? You are roasting, so you want to expunge some of that moisture and get some flavor in there. 350, 375 is a really good temp to roast.
Not smoked.
Now, not smoked. Now, if nuts are out of the shell and you want to get some great flavor in there, you can kind of toss those nuts in a little bit of pure maple syrup.
That's what I'm talking about.
A little bit of Rossaruski's honey rib rub. Put that
Treat
on your
your nuts.
non-stick grill mat. You can go 225 for about an hour, 75 minutes or so, and it'll be absolutely delicious.
That sounds
John, you got a
awesome.
good question.
Yes, John Starzevich. She's asked this question 3 times.
We'll
and
get to it, John.
He wants to know, would you brine a butterball boneless breast? So
there's a couple different ways the boneless breasts come. If it's a boneless breast roast, it probably already has about 18% solution in there. In that case, I would not, because that bad boy has already been pumped with way more solution, and it's going to be one of the most delicious.
Pump juice.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Super soft texture. You really can't overcook it. Now, if it's an all-natural or like an airline breast or even the double breast on the carcass, typically those will only be treated with about 3%. In that case, yes, go ahead and brine and or inject, but read the label, because a lot of times when you cook those turkey roasts, those are more shaped loaves. Sometimes they're in a net, sometimes they have skin, sometimes they don't. But you got to read the label on those, because it's not just a turkey breast.
Right.
It could be more of a roast, and in that case, a lot of times that meat can be formed and or
AKA chopped up and then shoved into a die.
That's true.
or they would have more of
delicious.
that solution to them. But if it's
That's
at
how they make sandwich meat, ladies
3 to
and gentlemen.
8%, you can go ahead
Chop it
and
up.
brine that. If it's that 18% turkey roast, I would not brine. And we've got some of the honeysuckle white turkey roasts in the fridge. And again, if you want the most moist white meat ever, that's what you want to go with, because they are delicious.
That's so true.
I've
Steve,
never seen a turkey in the shape of a hot dog. Never.
Oh, Lord. Steve Carnes asks, what is your favorite seasoning for turkey?
Right here, Colden's freaking Greek. If there's one rub I got to use, it's going to be this. It's got that delicious salt, pepper, garlic, oregano, coriander, cardamom, marjoram,
Rhubarb.
thyme, and nutmeg. Grandma's secret, nutmeg, right there.
And you can also mix all of our seasonings. They play well with each
all
other.
play well together.
Very minimal ingredients. That's why they, AKA, play well with each other.
sure.
Guys, make sure you smash that share button. We're having our Ask Us Anything, all about Turkey Day, all about Thanksgiving, all about your holiday dishes that you're cooking. You're going to knock them out of the park. Why? Because you've got us here to back you up and support you. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section down below. We've got a bunch of them, John.
Yes, okay. So Noah asked, and this is kind of a 2-part question. Noah asked, thoughts on spatchcocking turkey at lower temperatures. And then Randy says, if you add more sugar into your brine, would it make the skin crispier? So I figure you could double up on these 2 questions.
No, I don't think it's going to make your skin crispier. No, it's just going to make it sweeter.
Yep.
And
of
cooking
course.
at low temperatures.
And again, we recommend cooking above 300 degrees, whether it's
Yes.
300, 325, 350. That's what we recommend for that good crispy skin. It's really hard to come back from a rubbery skin that you've developed between 180 and 250.
And even if you deep fry it after that, sometimes you get this weird, like, leathery thing going on.
Absolutely,
Not good
absolutely.
business.
So we do not recommend, going under 300 degrees with any kind of poultry if you want good crispy skin. Now, if you're not worried about the skin, if you want to impart amazing smoke flavor on it, take the skin off. remove the skin.
You can
Ladies
do
and
that.
gentlemen, chicken and girls.
Boys and girls, chicken and squirrels.
That's right. Remove it. That way you can get more smoke penetration on the meat, which is actually going to absorb.
There you go with that P word again, man.
Penetration. That's right.
Hey, Bethlyn
Surface
Lewis.
area.
Bethlyn Lewis asked, any advice for half a turkey? She said she had to cut hers in half because her turkey wouldn't fit on her bullseye.
Same thing.
Yeah,
just like spatchcock.
Just roll with it. Yeah,
Absolutely,
you're good to go.
boo.
That's a big bird, though. How big a bird you got? Like a 30-pounder?
Yeah, she didn't even
That's
say.
a big old turkey right there. Chef John, any other good questions?
I mean, they're coming in.
Thank you guys
You've
so much
answered
for
a lot of
tuning in.
these.
We really do appreciate
You've
it.
answered a lot of these about not reusing the brine.
Make sure you go back. Watch the other side of the video. We promise.
Yeah,
We're
the
gonna eat
enemies
these
of
things.
crisp. Y'all have talked about that. So, yeah, y'all are
I love
killing it.
it.
You guys are getting it.
I mean, it's been 30 minutes. It's an official show.
For sure. Now, have these cooled down enough, Chef Greg? Again, walk us through step by step.
They're going to be hot.
The extent that you went.
Absolutely.
With
So if
these
you
bad
jump over
boys.
to recteq.com under the recipes tab under poultry, there is smoked turkey legs. We cured these for 8 days.
AKA,
Just like,
how do you cure it?
we made a liquid cure using sodium nitrate and some other delicious
Science.
flavors. 8 days. Super cured. I mean, this is like that, medieval time.
It's going to
sort
be
of-
pink. That milk,
so
that
good.
meat is going to be pink looking.
For sure.
Like a
very
ham.
much so. Very much like a ham. Then we went 275 for about 4.5 hours.
Ooh.
We rubbed it down with some mustard, some that Rossaruski's honey rib rub, and it's going to be delicious.
Now, if you cure it, is it able to absorb any kind of smoke?
You're going to get some great flavor to it. Again, since it's already technically cooked because it's cured in
Right.
the sense,
Mhm.
you're not going to see pinking from the smoke. You're going to see pinking from the sodium nitrate.
Okay.
I love it.
Very cool.
That is informative.
Good. Guys, we want you to knock your Thanksgiving out of the park. So if you have any questions,
Look at the juice.
make sure you put them in the comment section down below. If we don't get to them, make sure you rewatch this video.
Yeah.
Because likely we already
Yeah,
answered
answer
that
it.
question.
That's totally true.
Absolutely.
Get your towels
So
for your
Tom
beer.
Quinn is asking me about my sweet potato casserole that I made the other day. He said, is there a
delicious.
nut-free substitute? And Tom, just leave the nuts
leave
out
the
of
nuts
it.
out.
Just leave the nuts out of it and put that raised warm apple
What if
pie
you
and the
want
brown
some-
sugar.
If you want some crunchy, add some bacon.
There you go. Add some bacon.
I promise you.
You could.
You won't. Hey, will not disappoint.
Yeah,
it
well,
will not.
I mean,
hurt.
you
Well,
can
I
make that
guarantee you.
streusel topping with just the flour,
Ooh,
butter, brown
yes.
sugar, some cinnamon, warm apple pie. Call it done. It'll be delicious.
That is what I'm
Streusel
talking about.
topping.
So Andrew Post asked, you've already talked about this. I'm just going to recap real quick. Smoking a pre-cooked ham. How you guys going to
Absolutely.
do that?
It's kind of hard to impart any kind of smoke flavor because that ham has already been cooked. It has already been cured. It has already been smoked.
But you can get a great crust flavor and visual to that.
Yes.
And again, Jody's got a great recipe out there. He puts honey Dijon mustard with brown sugar and Rossaruski honey rib rub, and you
Easy
just keep
peasy.
like basting it. It is
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
stupid
Check
delicious.
it out. It's actually on my Barbecue Dad Jody Flanagan page on Facebook.
Nice. Nice.
All right. How long do we need to let the spatchcock turkeys rest once we pull them off the grill?
So minimum 20, 25 minutes, especially with your bigger birds. Longer is better.
Yep.
As with anything, if it rests for an hour, it's going to stay warm. Go ahead and bring it inside the house. You can loosely tent it with aluminum foil. But honestly, slicing that, when it's room temp or let's say around 100 degrees, it's going to be amazing. Your gravy can be piping hot. But don't feel like you can't
You
eat
can
room
refresh
temp.
it with that gravy too,
Absolutely. Room temp or about 100 degrees is a great way to eat it because when you slice it, all of that moisture is going to remain in that muscle and be delicious. What you don't want to do is take that turkey off your recteq and immediately go and cut it because what's going to happen, all that delicious juice is just going to run out of there.
Yeah, you're gonna lose it.
Like, those crazy people at Target on the mall sales at 6 o'clock tomorrow.
And if
you
you've
don't want to be
had-
a part of that.
If you've had 24 hours to brine, go ahead and take that turkey out, dry it off really, really well.
Yep.
Okay, dry it off really, really well. And Chef John has a really good tip of mixing John, baking soda and salt together.
Yeah, that's right. Well, actually, you can use either salt or baking soda, and I
Okay.
found that salt worked better than the baking soda.
Okay,
Yeah.
so go
To
ahead
pull that
and
moisture
go ahead
out.
and season that skin on the outside.
Yeah.
Again, separate the skin from the meat. Go ahead and season the backside of that skin.
That's
Leave
right.
it on there. Put it in the refrigerator till tomorrow. And again, take it out about 20 minutes before you're ready to cook it. I promise you, that's going to help that crispy skin issue that you might be wanting.
That's totally right.
or
Curtis
having.
Holt asks, how do you clean the PID needle in the side of the grill?
So I don't tend to clean it very often.
I don't think I've ever cleaned one of mine.
Now, if you need to, just grab a little aluminum foil and just kind of like that. That's it.
Yep. Or,
But no, you don't need to
or
clean it. It's gonna be fine.
damp paper towel and hit it a couple times.
Yeah, just don't do it like
Stroke
when the
it a
grill
couple
is,
times.
Oh.
You know?
when the grill's piping hot.
Richard J. Laney asked, oil or no oil on turkey skin?
Not necessarily needed. Now I do use a little.
Moisture
I
is the
can't
enemy.
believe it's not butter.
Moisture is the
so
enemy.
about like every hour or so, I might give a little misty on top of that bird with that. I can't believe it's not butter spray.
That is a good
I mean, that's our
tip.
secret for like brisket, ribs,
totally
butts,
right.
and everything else. I'm not afraid to not
Write
use
that
the
one
butter.
down, everybody.
That's right. Noah asked, can we talk stuffing for a second? He said cast iron ideas on the bull.
Okay,
Absolutely.
we have a great recipe for a savory sage
Oh, so
stuffing as
good.
well. Go ahead and put that cast iron pan
It was
on there.
also what our lunch break Monday.
for
yeah.
sure. You can put some sage sausage in there, cook that off, add some mirepoix, so your carrots, onions, celery. Add that in there. Add like a stick of butter. Add a little bit of chicken or
stick of
turkey
butter.
stock. Add in one package of your favorite breadcrumb stuffing, whether it's cornbread, seasoned, or the crust bread. Give that a fold, about 45 minutes at 350 degrees, and you will have the world's most delicious stuffing ever.
And
Which,
and-
can you really call it stuffing if it's not in the bird? Is it dressing?
Dressing.
We
It's
do not
dressing.
recommend stuffing the bird with
No.
anything except for aromatics if you're going to cook it whole.
That's right.
But do not try to enjoy or put those in your mouth.
Oh,
it is not going to be
miyaki-san.
good. But we've also got the sea or oyster dressing.
Ooh, that
Yes,
was
you got to
so
make sure
good.
you follow recteq and Kingsford on YouTube.
So
you got to
good.
subscribe to our channel.
But you've
because
got the
we've some amazing dressing.
sourdough stuffing.
That you
You've
made
got
sourdough
the
in there.
wild mushroom and croissant
Oh,
stuffing.
that was
cornbread.
good.
Dude,
the
you had
croissant
bread
one was
stuff.
bomb.
We've had some alternative
Yeah, that was
stuffings
bomb.
this year
And
that were pretty slamming.
That was
I
bomb.
mean, I know the grocery stores are open late.
You are
Don't
missing the boat if you do not subscribe to our YouTube channel.
That's the truth.
telling you,
we
people.
sometimes we don't share. We can't share all the content.
We try.
That's on YouTube.
That's right.
So, guys, check it out. Make sure you follow.
Holly messaged him
Oh,
back.
hey. Make sure you follow recteq on all social media. Make sure you follow Chef Greg,
Sherpa is
Chef
out of
John,
control.
and myself at Barbecue Dad Jody.
He's got
JDY.
people from
I'm telling
Iceland
you, Sherpa,
messaging
he's
him.
a very popular person.
Ladies.
Ever since we announced his
God.
Instagram,
He's on
his
it.
Instagram has
He's
been
on it.
blowing up. Recteq
He's on
Sherpa.
it.
You guys
He's
follow
on
him
it.
as well.
He's
on all
almost got more
social media.
followers than I
He's
do.
got a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
Hey, Jody, do you think you could recap maybe that mac and cheese recipe you did from the other day?
Oh, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you can also, if you need it, you can email me. I have it written out. I just hadn't sent it to Charlie. That was going to be my last one I sent to you. But essentially, you're going to make a roux. Equal parts flour, equal parts butter, okay? You're going to let that roux develop when it's going to get as dark as John's skin.
Yeah.
Once it gets as dark as John, okay, you're going to do a couple of different things to it. We're going to add a half a cup of heavy cream.
Ooh, yum.
We're going to mix that in there, okay? After we mix that half a cup in, we're going to let it cook down for about a minute. We're then going to add a cup of heavy cream again. We're going to let that mix in, cook down. Then we're
Yes.
going to add another cup. Then we're going to add some Ben's heifer dust,
Yeah,
let
you
it
did.
season, let it develop in flavor. Then we're going to add our 5 different cheeses: Colby, cheddar, Munster, Gouda, Havarti, and Buderkost cheese. All they have to do is equal 4 cups. I like to do a half a cup Colby, half a cup cheddar, and then a cup of the rest of the other cheeses. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Buderkost is where it's at.
Buderkost. More Buderkost or Munster. I promise you it will be delicious. The Gouda's good too.
You know, Munster
Gouda's
is
Gouda.
the secret to Little Caesars pizza for the stringiness.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Again, you're going to mix in the cheeses until it all develops and is nice and smooth. Then you're going to take your al dente cooking noodles, about 32 ounces. You're going to mix in a cup of mayo, a cup of sour cream, or you can substitute cream of chicken. That's what I'm going to do
It's a
tomorrow.
good one, too.
Ooh, I like that. Cream
Then
chicken.
you'll mix that in with the noodles. Then you'll blend the two together, put it back in the skillet, top it with a cup of panko and a pack of bacon. Yes, a pack of bacon that you've already cooked and you've chopped up and you've mixed with that cup of panko. Pour the whole thing on top, 350 degrees until
so
it becomes
good.
bubbly, about 45 minutes to 50 minutes. Again, the most amazing smoked 5 cheese mac.
All right.
Can we eat these? Because I am
And I got the
fat
last
kid over
question.
here.
Last
Charlie, take my
question.
picture.
Last question from Chris Connors. He asked, if you take all the skin off your turkey and smoke it, do you have to worry about the meat drying out?
Yes.
So how would you
absolutely.
combat that if you want to take all the skin off?
Don't. Leave it
Don't?
on there.
So leave it on
Take
there?
the skin off after it's cooked.
Okay, there you
So
go.
my
Nah,
my
take it off before
grandmother,
it.
my grandmother was
Import that smoke, brother.
She would
That's what
only
you
eat
want.
boneless, skinless breast. So what my dad do, he'd cook a split breast with the rib
Right.
cage and skin on the top. He'd cook it for her. Before he gave it to her, he would rip the skin off. He'd eat it because he's a smart man. He'd rip the breast off of the rib cage and put it on the plate. She's like, I don't know what you did to this chicken, John, but it's the best chicken ever.
That's what I'm
because he
talking
cooked
about.
it right.
Cooked it right. Take the skin off.
Take the skin off, I dare you.
Yeah.
You can, though. It's okay. A lot of folks think it's not okay.
I'm gonna move my microphone down.
Hey, Charles.
Beefy.
Charles. Hey, thank you to everyone. We hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for my recteq family.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
For sure.
I'm thankful to just made it through this pandemic
And that bear attack.
And that bear attack, for sure. For sure. Oh.
Sherpa's going to put this on his Instagram, and more women are going to
Greg,
follow him.
What are you thankful
I'm
for?
thankful for my healthy family and being able to spend time with friends and family at the holiday time.
No.
Going
Sherpa,
skiing.
are you friend?
I'm thankful for all you guys.
Oh.
And the women in
They
Iceland.
can hear you. They can hear you.
They can hear you.
And the women in
And the
Iceland.
women in
All right, boys.
Iceland. Cheers.
Here.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Here's to you. We hope maybe you have an amazing turkey day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. It's so good.
Almost tastes like pork butt. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's delicious.
That's so smoky,
amazing.
though. Oh, my God.
Oh,
So
wow.
delicious. Killing it.
That's
Guys,
amazing.
Again, thank you so much. We really do appreciate you hanging out with us. If you have any questions, make sure to put them in the comment section down below. Try to get to them.
That's delicious.
John, you got any good questions or anything? I know we got a winner to announce of a Bullseye, but
Yeah.
Greg, we did not get together on that. We picked a winner, but we did not confirm whether or not they followed us on YouTube.
Oh.
So you guys have got another day.
No.
You got another day to follow Chef Greg and myself on YouTube and share last week's video. Like last week's video, and put hashtag rest in peace Chef John in the comment section down
Come
below.
on. Come on.
That's so funny. God, this is so good, man.
But again, you can win yourself a Bullseye. We'll pick a winner and we will announce it. Oh man,
Mail Day Monday.
won't be here.
No.
I won't be here. You won't be here. John will only be here on Monday.
How about
I can do it. I'll announce it. I ain't scared,
All right,
Jody.
we'll let John announce.
John
it.
announcing on Backyard and Beyond?
Cheese
There
and
you go.
crackers.
There you go.
Oh, good luck, everybody, for next week.
That's
Good
real
luck.
good.
That's so good.
But thank you so much for tuning in. Smash that share button. Give us a like. Give us a love. And from everybody here at the recteq Worldwide Headquarters in the heart of Evans, Georgia. God bless you. God bless the United States
And
of
we will
America.
see you
at the recteq.
Do.
Doodle-doo-doo-doo.
Do.
All right, let me yell at all you thankful
Do, do,
people.
do.
I'm thankful for Kay Sheeran,
Recteq lifestyle.
Richard,
Set it,
Kevin,
come get it.
Aaron,
When the
Jeff,
sun starts going
Andrew,
down,
Dwight,
live your
Jim,
life the way you
Chad,
like. It's
Mike,
recteq
Glenn,
lifestyle.
Corey, Dennis, Kenny, Matt, Pete, Kenneth, Doug, Jeremy, Chad, Jeff,
recteq lifestyle.
Matthew,